Hello dear aspirants, welcome to Lukman IAS. This discussion is of UPSC Prelims 2025 examination and we are discussing the questions from set D of your paper. Okay, first of all we will start with the geography section. Geography section was largely attemptable, concept based, NCERT based questions were there and they have reduced the weightage for map based questions. That is good news for most of you, but whatever the 3-4 questions they asked from map, they were little bit difficult to attempt, so you could have skipped. Otherwise the remaining questions were attemptable. Let's try to see the answers to these questions. Briefly I will give you idea. The first question, it was talking about the time zones. So UPSC had stopped actually the asking question related to time zones, international dateline, but two questions were asked, time zones and international dateline. So it is actually easy question. Why it is easy? Although it is factual, more than 4 time zones it is talking, more than 4 time zones. The confusion here was related to largely Australia and Brazil. You should know that UK is having several foreign or overseas territories, and that's why you could have easily let's say eliminated that option. More than, let's say, it is having 9 time zones. Denmark, New Zealand, they are small nations, they are having only 1 time zone, and here Australia, it is having several, let's say, dependent territories, we can say that, like Cocos Island or Keeling Island. So from that you can understand it is having more than 4, and Brazil is a little bit, we can say, confusing. It is having exactly 4 time zones, so that's why the students may have got confused here. More than 4 is basically Australia and UK, so answer would be D here, only 2. Now moving on, next question. I was telling you the way UPSC is asking question. So it was related to, again, international dateline. So we learn about the international dateline, how crossing, let's say, from west to east, east to west, what happens, whether, let's say, it gains the day or loses the day. If you know that concept, you will easily identify the correct answer. So Anadyr in Siberia and Nome in Alaska are few kilometers from each other. Yes, of course, Bering Strait is there between them, and international dateline passes through the Kamchatka Peninsula, and we can say Siberia on this side and Alaska of North America from this side. Okay. So yes, waking up and getting set for breakfast in these cities, it would be different days. Yes, that is true, because if you cross the international dateline, the day changes or date changes, we can say. Now when it is Monday in Anadyr, that is in Siberia, it is Tuesday in Nome, that is in Alaska. Now we know that when we cross the international dateline from we can say Japan or Russia to North America, we can say on that side, what happens is basically we are reaching to the back date. ठीक है, तो ये पिछले दिन में जाता है. यहाँ पे क्या बोला, ये मंडे है तो इट शुड हैव बीन संडे नॉट ट्यूसडे. ये आंसर, ये स्टेटमेंट गलत हो जाता है. वन ओनली इज द करेक्ट आंसर. दिस इज हाउ वी शुड रिमेंबर द कॉन्सेप्ट हियर. Then next question. Now this was a kind of, let's say, easy. First two, you most of the students know, lithium triangle का part है Chile, right? ABC, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. So that you know. Botswana, you know that it is a major diamond producer along with Russia. तो ये चीज़ आपको ज़रूर पता है, ठीक है, अगर आपने मेंस की भी तैयारी की है. द कन्फ्यूजन वॉज रिलेटेड टू दिस वन. मेनी स्टूडेंट मे नॉट बी नोइंग अबाउट निकल. ठीक है, तो यस, इट इज, वी कैन से दैट करेक्टली मैच्ड पेयर्स ऑल 3. More than 50% of world's production is in Indonesia, nickel production, and yes, very important metal that is used in, we can say that, manufacturing of EVs and all. ठीक है, तो all 3 is correctly matched here. Yes, so resource related question, every year UPSC asks at least one question, mineral resources. Now I was telling you about the mapping question and it was little bit, let's say, difficult. जो भी कोचिंग ने प्लेसेस इन न्यूज़ और सब किया होगा, तो यहाँ से कोई भी मतलब वो डायरेक्टली आया नहीं है. Although we can say Bay of Normandy और नॉर्मंडी सबको पता है, it is in France. ठीक है, हिस्ट्री से भी आपको कुछ आइडिया लग सकता है, नॉर्मंडी आप हिस्ट्री में भी पढ़ते हैं. तो ये इनकरेक्टली मैच्ड है. यस, मलोरका इज इन स्पेन एंड सर्दिना इज अ स्मॉल आइलैंड इन मेडिटेरेनियन owning, or we can say belonging to Italy. So all 3 pairs are incorrectly matched. None of them is correctly matched. So D is the correct answer about this. You can see on the map also, and mapping section is, this is how it is a little bit difficult this time. Now, World Bank warned that India could become one of the first places where wet bulb temperatures routinely exceed 35 degrees Celsius. World Bank had released one report on energy efficiency. In that, it had mentioned that India could exceed that wet bulb temperature. What is wet bulb temperature? It is basically measuring the minimum temperature when there is increase in humidity at particular pressure. ठीक है, तो वो wet bulb temperature होता है. अब ये wet bulb temperature basically it measures humidity along with, we can say that, the temperature. Humidity aspect. So the increase in humidity will basically increase the feeling of warmness or hotness despite of comparatively lower temperatures. Now, what are the implications? Best reflects the implications of above said. Yes, if there is increase in humidity, basically when this report was in news, many news articles were there, and because of heat waves, because of, let's say, such kind of increase in wet bulb temperature, there will be increase in the severity of heat waves that was in news. So automatically we can say droughts will be there, flooding and tropical cyclones will be there because of higher temperatures and humidity, because humidity provides latent heat of let's say condensation. That is, we can say that one energy source for fueling tropical cyclones. So increase in the intensity and frequency of tropical cyclones will be there. Along with that, the humidity factor is very important, especially relative humidity. If there is more relative humidity in the atmosphere, perspiration becomes problem. Okay? So the air column around us is not ready to take up the perspired, let's say, water vapors, right? So that's why it becomes difficult for animals, including human, for shedding their body heat through perspiration. This is also true, we can say, and both statement 1 and 2 are correct here. Now, yes, mapping North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Yes, in past also UPSC has asked question on G20, then Organization of Turkic Countries. So we are expecting question. NATO was in news because of Russia-Ukraine war continuously, right? So although remembering, so 28, 30, let's say members of NATO, it is very difficult. तो ये थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग था, हम बोल सकते हैं. यस, ऑस्ट्रिया इज नॉट देयर, सर्बिया इज नॉट देयर, बल्गेरिया, क्रोएशिया, स्वीडन, नॉर्थ मैसेडोनिया, these are 4. One should not attempt this question, and as it is too much of factual and it is difficult to remember all the members. Now, this was we can say easier one. Andes mountain pass through how many of the above countries? If you have done the mapping section properly, all the mountain ranges, Rockies, Andes, Alps, mountain, Himalayas. So one can easily identify the westernmost countries of South America. Yes, Venezuela is there, Ecuador is there, Colombia is there, and Bolivia is there. Paraguay on the central side and Brazil on the eastern side, both are not part, wherein we can say Andes is not part of these. So only 4 is the correct answer. C is the correct answer here. Now, yes. Now this one is difficult and one should not attempt this. Though how many of the let's say how many of them does not the equator pass? ठीक है, तो easily हम क्या करते हैं, equator countries का करता है, right? Most of the time, equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, but we tend to miss such kind of water bodies. Okay, so Lake Tanganyika, it is there in Africa, but it is south of equator, so this is, we can say, incorrect. Lake Tonle Sap, it is there part of we can say Cambodia, Southeast Asia. तो अगर आपको ये पता है Cambodia में है तो ये eliminate कर सकता है. Basically equator passes through Indonesia. Patos Lagoon is part of, we can say, southern part of Brazil. Central Brazil से pass होता है equator, तो वो भी eliminate हो जाता है. And none of this is the correct answer here. You should skip these kind of questions. Mapping, I told you 2-3 questions are there, you should skip them. Now, I will give you some references also from where these questions have been asked directly. Look at this. Turmeric production. I told you in even the strategy that, yes, every year UPSC asks one question on crops, production, exports, and the leading states and India's ranking and all these things. Yes, look at this PIB news. Government notifies establishment of National Turmeric Board, 2023 October. Look at these statements in the article. India is the largest producer, consumer and exporter of turmeric in the world. Largest producer and exporter of turmeric in the world. Thereafter, the next statement, more than 30 varieties of turmeric are grown in India. More than 30 varieties of turmeric are grown in India. Then Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu are major turmeric producing states. Look at this. The largest producing states in India, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. They have not even changed the sequence. This is how the importance of following PIB for these topics is important. Recent data related to production. So all 3 statements are correct here. Okay. Now, next question. Yes, it is talking about very simple, the kind of, let's say, tectonic theories we have. Continental drift theory is there of Wegener. And in mains also UPSC has asked question related to what are the supporting, let's say, evidences that Wegener has given for this theory, phenomenon of continental drift. The belt of ancient rocks from Brazil coast matches with those of Western Africa. So geodating techniques have identified the age of both rocks from these coastlines as similar. Gold deposits of Ghana are derived from the rock in Brazil plateau, because such kind of rocks are not found in Ghana, but they are the deposits. So that means once the 2 continents lay side by side. This is also true. The Gondwana system of sediments from India is known to have its counterparts in 6 different land masses. Which are these 6 land masses? Basically, they are part of Gondwana land. They were once part of Gondwana land, like South America, Africa, Antarctic, Indian Peninsula and Australia. ठीक है, तो ये भी सही है, तीनों स्टेटमेंट सही है. They are the evidences in support of continental drift theory by Wegener. Next question, direct from NCERT. Look at this statement. Amount of dust particles in atmosphere is more in subtropical and temperate areas than the equatorial and polar region. Look at this. The higher concentration of dust particles is found in subtropical and temperate regions due to dry winds in comparison to equatorial. Look at the second set. Subtropical and temperate areas have less dry winds. ठीक है, तो यहां पर क्या होगा? लेस ड्राई विंड्स बोल रहे हैं, रादर यहां पर क्या हो गए? ज्यादा ड्राई विंड्स हो गए. ये गलत है. ठीक है, तो यहां पर क्या है? मोर ड्राई विंड्स होना चाहिए था. ये स्टेटमेंट क्या है? गलत है, और ये स्टेटमेंट सही है. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट एंड स्टेटमेंट 2 इज इनकरेक्ट. सो आंसर वुड बी सी. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आंसर सी होना चाहिए. विल चेंज दिस. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Yes, again from NCERT, and even last year there was this question on isotherms, the bending towards north over Atlantic Ocean. In January, in the northern hemisphere, isotherms bend equator while crossing the land masses and poleward towards crossing the oceans. That is true. In January, the air over the ocean is warmer. Now, why it is warmer? Because of warm ocean currents. Look at this. Presence of North Atlantic warm ocean currents. This increases the temperature over the ocean, and the land is having lower temperatures. That's why they bend towards the. ठीक है, तो ये डायरेक्टली एनसीईआरटी का चैप्टर है, वहां से ये डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है. हम ए मार्क करेंगे इसको. ठीक है, ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. नाउ मूविंग ऑन. यस, in the context of effect of water on the rocks, chalk is known as very permeable rock, whereas clay is known as quite impermeable or least permeable rock. This is true. Now, what are the reasons? Chalk is porous and hence can absorb water. This is true. Chalk आपने भी देखा होगा, बचपन में पानी में गिर गया तो absorb कर लेता है, गीला हो जाता है. Clay is not at all porous. Now, this is incorrect statement. Rather, it is highly porous, but these pores are very small. Very small, and that's why water is not getting into those pores. Water, यहाँ पे क्या surface tension वाला concept आ जाता है. It's not important that it go in detail, but you should know that clay is highly porous. तो यहाँ पे क्या लिखा हुआ है? Not at all porous लिखा हुआ है. So small pores does not allow water to get into that, and that's why it is, we can say, least permeable. तो यहाँ पे देखिए एक ही statement सही है, और वो उसको only one of the statement 2 and 3 is correct, and that explains statement 1. So C is the correct answer here. Next. Yes, consider the following statements. Without the atmosphere, temperature would have been well below freezing point everywhere on the Earth's surface. This is true. Our atmosphere, especially the greenhouse gases, they are absorbing the terrestrial radiation and keeping the Earth warm, right? And because of that, without atmosphere, the Earth's temperature would have been minus 18 degrees Celsius, below freezing point. Heat absorbed and trapped by the atmosphere maintains our planet's average temperature. That is true. Atmosphere gases like carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases basically, particularly good at absorbing and trapping the radiation. This is also true. All 3 statements are correct here, and that's why C is the correct answer. So simple questions, concept based questions, they are easily attemptable, we can say that. Okay, so these are the geography question, and the remaining faculties will let's say give the insights into the other subjects. Thank you.
So hello and welcome to the discussion of the economy section of the 2025 prelims paper. So in this particular discussion, we'll be talking mainly about the questions which have been asked, and as to know about what could have been the answer related to those questions. So quickly we'll see the questions which have been asked. So the set that we'll be taking is set D. So you're required to just go and see the questions which were asked in set D. So likewise, you can also see whatsoever was set given to you. Okay, now, so the first question which came in the economy portion was question number 11 in set D. It said that, so this was the first time that a calculation based question was, it was a calculation based question based on the concepts of all the concepts. Here we are talking about the budget concepts. If you go and see in class 12th, we have in class 12th in macroeconomics, we do have certain calculations regarding the GDP, how that is accounted. So likewise, they have just tried to tweak those things in budget calculation. So it says that suppose the revenue expenditure is 80,000 rupees. So it is minus rupees 80,000 crore. and the receipt is 60,000 crore. Obviously, there is a revenue deficit of 20,000 crores. So first is correct. So you are first required to just see whatsoever I am marking. Don't go by whatsoever has been marked in this particular question. So it is just the quick discussion that we have taken. So you need to see whatsoever we are marking. So revenue deficit is 20,000 crore, that is fixed. So the government also shows, budget also shows that there is a borrowing of 10,000 crores. So 10,000 crores borrowing means that is a fiscal deficit. This is also correct. Fiscal deficit is all about the total borrowing of the government. If you talk about the total budget, be it the total expenditure and total revenue part. And there's an interest payment of 6,000 crores. So that means primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus interest payment, that is 10,000 crore minus 6,000 crore, that is 4,000 crore. All the three statements are correct in this particular question. So D is the correct answer for question number 11. So that is a new way to ask the conceptual part. So India is one of the founding members of INSTC, a multimodal transportation corridor which will connect, it is India to Europe through Azerbaijan. So that is a way to reach the Russia, St. Petersburg, in a way to connect to European parts, bypassing the longer route of Mediterranean Sea. Okay. Question number 13th. So 13th, the first statement says, of the two major ethanol producers in the world, that is Brazil and USA, both of them constitute roughly 80% of world's ethanol output. So out of total ethanol that is produced worldwide, US and Brazil constitute 80% of it. Brazil and USA, the former produces more. It says that Brazil is one and US is second as per the statement. This is incorrect. First is USA, second is Brazil. So this statement becomes incorrect. Obviously, you could have tried and said that the correct explanation answer would be D. First is not correct and second is correct. Unlike in the USA, which is corn based. So the ethanol is produced from corn. In Brazil, it is produced from sugarcane. This statement is correct. Question 15th. So 15th question was now again economy. So a country's fiscal deficit stands at 50,000 crore rupees. Again a calculation based. It is receiving 10,000 crores through non-debt creating capital receipts. Basically they are talking about disinvestment part of capital receipt, but this is non-essential in this question because fiscal deficit must have already accounted that part of capital receipt, and the country's interest liabilities are 1,500 crore rupees. So what is the gross primary deficit? Gross primary deficit is again 10,000 crore minus 1,500 crore. That is 48,500 crore. Okay. So that was a misleading part which was added in the question. So A is the correct answer. Question number 16th. Which of the following statements with regards to recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission? So that would look so much loaded as to you were required to know these things, but there was an elimination which was working. That elimination was, this statement was incorrect. It talks about 41% share. That should be shared with the states as a part of central divisible pool. 14th Finance Commission talked about 42% should be shared with the states. But 15th Finance Commission talked about 41% to be shared because Jammu and Kashmir became union territory. So second became incorrect. So this became incorrect, this became incorrect, and this became incorrect. Answer was C. Okay, so C is the answer. Question number 17th. It says that consider the following statement about the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, that is one arm of World Bank. So it provides loan and guarantees to middle income countries. This is correct. Middle income countries, it is IBRD. Low income countries, it is International Development Association. So this statement is correct. It works single-handedly to help developing countries to reduce poverty. See, this statement is incorrect because there are other institutions also like Asian Development Bank, Asian Infrastructure Investment Banks. So from that perspective, it is not the only one which is working in the development for the development of middle income countries. It was established to help Europe after the World War II. This is correct. It was post-war reconstruction of Europe because Europe was severely damaged because of the 6-year duration World War. So first and third statements are correct. C is the correct answer. Question number 18th. Consider the following statements in respect of RTGS. RTGS is real-time gross settlement. If you could have known the full form, real-time, it is instantaneous. So the first statement is, in RTGS, the settlement is instantaneous, while in NEFT there is some time which is taken, that is batch settlement. It is batch settlement. First is real-time settlement. RTGS is real-time. So that is why first statement is correct. In RTGS, the customer is charged for outward transaction. Suppose the person who is transacting, who is initiating the transaction, that would be required to pay RTGS fee whatsoever is required, not the person who is receiving through RTGS. Second is incorrect. Operating hours for RTGS are restricted on certain days. No, both of them are 24/7 by 365. From December 2020, it has been made so that RTGS and NEFT as IMPS are 24/7, 365. So only one statement, first statement is correct. A is the correct answer for question number 18. Question number 19. So how many countries amongst the above are there other than India where international merchant payments are accepted under UPI? So this has been this particular Excel sheet has been taken from the NPCI data itself. It says that France, which is given, Singapore and UAE, which matches here. UAE, France and Singapore, these are the ones which accept UPI based transactions. So out of 5 given, 3 are correct. B is the correct answer. Question number 28, PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. These two statements were correct. MNRE is the nodal ministry. It aims to create more than 3 lakh skilled manpower. This is correct. First statement was a tweak. It does not only talk about 1 crore household, not 1 crore rooftop solar panels. It is the target is 1 crore households. So that is why first statement is incorrect. Second and third, C is the correct answer of question number 20. Now again, one question came from institutions and organization that we have included as a part of economy section since the question pertained to economy. So consider the following activities. How many of the above activities are regulated by Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board in our country, PNGRB? So that is refining, storage and distribution of petroleum, marketing and sale of petroleum products. There is no relation with production. Production is not regulated. Is not regulated. So that is why production of crude oil is outside the ambit and production of natural gas is outside the ambit of this body. So only 2 is the correct answer. Again, 51st question of set D was from economy, that is from the capital market. So it is asked that how many of them are alternate investment funds. There are 2 types of funds. One is traditional route, that is bonds and equities. Other is alternate investment funds, like there are different categories. So hedge funds and venture capitals are part of alternate investment funds. They are not traditional, not bonds and stocks. So only 2 are alternate investment funds. They are regulated by SEBI. They are different categories and are regulated by SEBI. 52nd question. Which of the following are the sources of income for the Reserve Bank of India? Yesterday only there was a surplus transfer of around about 2.69 lakh crores which was given by the government, by the RBI to the government. So how RBI is a not-for-profit institution, but still RBI earns money from different sources. One of the source is buying and selling of government bonds through open market operations, then buying and selling of foreign currency in the forex market, that is managed floating. Both of them are sources of revenues, sources of income for RBI, and there is the third source is printing and distribution of currency notes. This is CNO Raj. And this is, so if we talk about what happens, the RBI issues currency. Those currencies are issued at face value. However, the printing cost is less. So whatsoever is the bank, they pay RBI minus what is the cost which is incurred by RBI to print that note, that also becomes income. Okay. And that is 1, 2 and 5. D is the correct answer. 54th question. The Reserve Bank of India mandates all the listed companies in India to submit business responsibility and sustainability report. It is SEBI under the various provisions of Companies Act. This is incorrect. In India, BRSR makes disclosure in the largely non-financial transactions. This is correct. Specifically ESG, that is environment, social and governance compliances. So rather than only the audited reports and all these things, they are also required to know about, they are also required to publish these whatsoever commitments that the companies are doing in these domains. So second is correct, B is the correct answer. Financial transactions are audited reports. Those balance sheets, cash flows and income statements, these are non-financial. In India, income from allied agricultural activities like poultry farming and wool rearing in rural areas is exempted? No. Only income from core farming activities. Crop production, which involves land as asset. So that is why second is incorrect. So second incorrect, D is the correct answer. In India, rural agricultural land is not considered as a capital asset. This is correct because under section 45 of IT Act 1961 says that rural agricultural land is not a capital asset. Okay, so D is the correct answer. Question number 57. As regards returns from an investment in a company, generally bond holders are considered to be relatively at lower risk than stockholders. This is correct. Bond ensures fixed payment. There is a commitment of liabilities. Bond holder, because bond holders are lenders. They are the creditors or lenders to a company where stockholders are owners. Obviously, if you are the owner, you have all the risk as well as reward. So you are not liable to get received before the liabilities of bond holders which are cleared off. Okay, and for repayment purpose, bond holders are prioritized over stockholder by a company. This is also correct, and both these statements together explain statement 1 as to why bond holders are considered to be relatively at lower risk than stockholders. Okay, so A is the correct answer. 58th question. India accounts for a very large portion of all equity option contracts traded globally, thus exhibiting a great boom. This is post 2020. So this has been taken from a newspaper clipping, and it says that round about 84% of total futures and options contracts were executed in India around the world, even bypassing US. That is why it was becoming a risky investment, and SEBI chairman had to intervene and come out of certain directives. So first is correct. India's stock market has grown rapidly in the recent past, even overtaking Hong Kong's at some point of time. This is also correct. Now India is the 4th largest stock market. First is US, second is China, third is Japan, and 4th is India. There is no regulatory body either to warn the small investors about the risks of option trading or to unregistered financial advisors in this regard. This is incorrect. There is a body, SEBI. SEBI comes out with these directives. Okay, 1 and 2 are only correct. A is the correct answer. 60th question. So capital, so it's the most basic question which was asked from the budget part. Capital receipts create a liability or cause a reduction in the assets of the government. This is correct. First is talking about debt. Second is talking about disinvestment. Borrowing and disinvestments are capital receipts. This is correct. Obviously, first is explaining this. Interest received on loans create liability in the government. No, that is a part of revenue receipt. It's an income. No bearing on the capital budget of the government of India. So first and second are only correct. A is the correct answer. And the last question which was asked was from a scheme, that is Rashtriya Gokul Mission. So it is important for the upliftment of rural poor, as majority of low producing indigenous animals are with small and marginal farmers as well as landless laborer, and that is why Rashtriya Gokul Mission has been announced in 2014 to preserve these indigenous varieties of cattle. It was initiated to promote indigenous cattle and buffalo rearing and conservation in a scientific and holistic manner to improve yield. So both the statements are correct. C is the correct answer for question number 70, and that constitutes all the questions which were asked from the economy section in the PT 2025. Thank you. कितना हुआ?
Yes, hello everyone. This is the current affairs section of PT 2025 UPSC examination. So only 5 questions are there specifically to discuss from the current affairs, because other members have already discussed from their part. So first question, it is related to international years. So 5 pairs they have asked, and only to elimination method does not work. So I believe that 1 or 2 अगर आपको नहीं पता है तो आपने skip कर देना चाहिए question. Although all 4 pairs are correct actually. All 4 are correct. Yes, International Year of Women Farmer 2026, International Year for Sustainable Resilient Tourism, Peace and Trust, as well as Asteroid Awareness and Planetary Defense. All 4 are correctly matched. So D is the correct answer. Now, let me tell you unique thing about this question, BRICS. मुझे लगता है ये question drop हो जाएगा. Why it can be dropped? Because all 3 statements are correct. 16th BRICS Summit was held under chairmanship of Russia in Kazan. That is true. In 2024. Now, look at this. Indonesia has become full member of BRICS. Yes, on 7th of January 2025, this Indonesia has become the full member. Earlier, the 5 members, the other members like UAE was there. So they are the new members of BRICS. And Argentina and we can say Saudi Arabia are yet to become the member of BRICS. ठीक है, theme of 16th BRICS summit was strengthening multiculturalism and just global development security. This was the theme. Okay, so outcome document of that particular BRICS summit was also based on that theme. All 3 statements are correct, but look at the options. All 3 वाला कोई भी option नहीं है. We believe that ये question जो है 7 जनवरी से पहले frame हुआ है, and that's why UPSC has not reviewed, I believe so, and it can drop this question. ठीक है, तो अगर नहीं है तो C आंसर देगा. ठीक है, तो whatever it is, but yes, I believe so कि ये question drop हो जाएगा. Next question. Okay, so yes, for the first time Kho-Kho World Cup was held, and it was held in India. ठीक है, so event was held in Delhi. That is true. Now the specific thing that they have asked, the score about these matches. You may know about the Nepal and India final between Indian men and women teams, but what about the score? That is problematic, and they have interchanged the scores. ठीक है, तो इंडियन मेन बीट नेपाल स्कोर विद द स्कोर दिस वन, एंड विमेन बीट द नेपाल टीम विद दिस स्कोर, एंड दैट्स व्हाई these 2 statements are incorrect, and that's why answer is 1 only here. Okay, so why it was important? For the first time Kho-Kho World Cup was held. That's why it is important. Now similarly, the chess Olympiad, okay, 44th chess Olympiad was held in 2024. Gukesh Domaraju became the world's youngest winner after defeating the Russian player. This is true. Now, Abhimanyu Mishra, American chess player, holds the record of becoming youngest ever grandmaster. He was of 12 years when he became the grandmaster. This is also true, we can say. So, ये दोनों statement सही है. World Chess Championship was held in December. That is different, wherein the Chinese player was defeated by Gukesh. So, that is different. ठीक है, ये अलग है, दूसरा है. तो आप confuse नहीं हो. Yes, this question. Yes, India has joined the Mineral Security Partnership as a member. This is true. MSP हमने join किया है. Mineral Security Partnership is basically US-led initiative of Western countries for critical mineral security. India is a resource-rich country in all 30 critical minerals. Rather, India is not. Rather, India is dependent on imports of these critical minerals. So, incorrect statement. Now, Parliament in 2023 amended Mines and Minerals Act. That is true. Empowering the central government to exclusively auction mining lease and composite license for certain critical minerals. Yes, Apart from these critical minerals, state government is empowered to auction, but for certain critical minerals, basically the central government has been given because they are critical in nature. So that's why this is correct. So 1 and 3 only is the correct answer here. Okay, so now, yes, so these are the current affairs question, and the other questions are being discussed by the faculty, other faculties. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. How was the paper today? आसान था? पॉलिटी सेक्शन बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन देख के तो ऐसा लगा होगा कि जो जानते थे वो तो आया ही नहीं. पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी से क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, की टर्म्स कॉन्सेप्ट्स का क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, फंडामेंटल राइट्स का क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, पार्लियामेंट सिस्टम से ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन नहीं आया, सिर्फ एक स्पीकर का क्वेश्चन आया था और एक एंटी डिफेक्शन लॉ शेड्यूल 10 का क्वेश्चन आया है, राइट? तो देखते हैं, लेट अस डू द प्राइमरी एनालिसिस ऑफ द क्वेश्चन पेपर. क्या आया है? क्वेश्चन नंबर 20. कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स अबाउट पीएम सूर्य घर मुफ्त बिजली योजना. क्वेश्चन आसान है, एक जगह कंफ्यूज हुए हो गया आप लोग. One crore solar rooftop panels. It's 1 crore households. Right? Right answer is C. बाकी दोनों ठीक हैं. Next. Consider the following statements with regard to pardoning power of the President of India. The exercise of this power by the President can be subjected to limited judicial review. The President can exercise this power without the advice of central government. Incorrect. Sirf first sahi hai. Answer is A. Next. Consider the following statements. On the dissolution of the House of the People, the Speaker shall not vacate. Correct. According to the provisions of the Constitution, a member of the House of the People on being elected as Speaker shall resign. Incorrect. The Speaker of the House of the People may be removed from his or her office by a resolution of the House of the People passed by the majority. ये statement सही है. First and 3 is correct. Second statement is incorrect. Shall नहीं है. Can या should. There are provisions. There is no strict provision कि he or she has to resign. Correct? Right answer is C. Consider the following statements. If any question arises as to whether a member of the House of the People has become subject to disqualification under the 10th schedule, the President's decision, Speaker or Chairperson. There is no mention of the word political party. It is mentioned in Schedule 10. So, both the statements are incorrect. The right answer is option D. Consider the following statements. In India, state governments have no power. State governments have power for making rules for grant of concessions in respect to extraction of minor minerals, even though such minerals are located in their territories, right? Statement 2, in India, the central government has the power to notify minor minerals under the relevant law. So statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct, right answer is option D. Which organization has enacted the Nature Restoration Law, NRL, to tackle climate change and biodiversity loss? Need not to discuss this question directly from the current affairs. You must have seen it various times while you were revising. With reference to Indian polity, consider the following statements. An ordinance can amend any central law, correct? An ordinance can abridge a fundamental right. Ordinances are never issued for constitutional amendments. Correct? So, statement 2 is incorrect. The ordinance can come into effect from a back date, that is retrospective application of the ordinance. Statement 1 and 3 are correct. Right answer is option C. Consider the following pairs. Now, this question was a bit typical, and I believe that most of you must have not attempted this question, though it was simple. Two of the things, Nagaland and Tripura, were directly from your standard textbook, and Arunachal Pradesh, that is Itanagar. So, capital is named after a fort. So, all the three pairs given are correctly matched. The right answer is option C. With reference to India, consider the following: the Interstate Council, the National Security Council, zonal councils. How many of the above were established as per the provisions of the Constitution of India? Right answer is one only. Right? Next. Consider the following. The Constitution of India explicitly mentions that in certain spheres, the governor of a state acts in his or her own discretion. Correct. The President of India can, on his or her own, reserve a bill passed by a state legislature. Governor can do that. Statement 2 is incorrect. Only statement 1 is correct. Answer is option A. Next, consider the following. Separation of judiciary from the executive in public services of the state, that is directive principles of state policy, valuing and preserving the rich heritage of our composite culture, the fundamental duties, and prohibition of employment of children below the age of 14 years in the factories, that is fundamental rights. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? All three. Right? Next. With reference to the Constitution of India, if an area is in a state is declared as scheduled area under the 5th schedule, the state government loses its executive power in such areas and a local body assumes total administration. Incorrect. The union government can take over the total administration of such areas under certain circumstances on the recommendation of the governor. Incorrect. Both the statements are incorrect. The right option is option D. Next, with reference to India, consider the following pairs: the National Automotive Board, COIR Board, National Center for Trade Information. Now, this particular question is very factual in nature, and perhaps most of you might not be knowing the correct answer, right? COIR Board is Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. The National Center for Trade Information is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The National Automotive Board is Ministry of Heavy Industries. Even if you were to take a vague guess, you would have attempted this question correctly. The right answer is none. None of the pairs is correctly matched. Next. Consider the following subjects under the Constitution of India. State list 1, Union list. In the 7th schedule, extent of the executive power of a state, conditions of the governor's office. For a constitutional amendment, with respect to which of the above, ratification by legislature of not less than 1/2 of the states is required before presenting the bill to the President of India for assent. The right answer is all three. Next. With reference to Indian polity, consider the following statements. The governor of a state is not answerable to any court for the exercise and performance of the powers and duties of his or her office. No criminal proceedings shall be instituted or continued against the governor during his or her term of office. Members of a state legislature are not liable to any proceedings in any court in respect of anything said within the house. Which of the following statements given above are correct? All three are correct. Directly from the standard textbook. Next. Panchayats at the intermediate level in all states. That is incorrect. To be eligible to be a member of a panchayat at the intermediate level, a person should be of 30 years. Incorrect. The chief minister of a state constitutes a commission to review. No. That is also Which of the statements given above are not correct? I believe to review the financial position of panchayats at the intermediate level. Right, perhaps the right answer would be D. All three are incorrect. Let us see. I'll just cross check this answer. We'll discuss this in depth in the elaborate explanation class, right? Let us see the next question. The power of the Lokpal applies to public servants of India, but not to the Indian public servants posted outside India. That is incorrect. It applies to all the public servants. The chairperson or a member shall not be a member of the parliament or a member of a state legislature of any state or union territory. Now, up to this, it is correct. And the second part of the statement, only the Chief Justice of India. That is incorrect. The chairperson or a member shall not be a person of less than 45 years of age on the date of assuming office as the chairperson or member as the case may be. That is correct. Lokpal cannot inquire into allegations of corruption against the sitting Prime Minister. It can. So, the right answer is option A, 3 only. Next. With reference to the Government of India, consider the following information. Now, that is a factual question, and I believe it took me time to find why this question was asked in the actual examination or what was the purpose. Though it was a question that was not supposed to be attempted so far, the right answer is all the three. The first one is not correctly matched, right? All the three organizations, Directorate of Enforcement, Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, and Directorate General of Systems and Data Management, all three comes under the Ministry of Finance. Right? So, only two are correctly matched. Enforces the provisions of the Customs Act 1962 and carrying out big data analytics to assist tax officers for better policy and nabbing tax evaders. So, only 2 and 3 are correctly matched. The right answer is option B, only 2. Next, right. So, these were the few handful of the questions from the polity section, and I believe that most of the questions were doable. More than 80% of the questions in today's examination was doable, and I believe that the most scoring part for you will again be polity this year again, and good luck for the mains examination for those of you who have qualified or what we say presuming to qualify the examination and scoring somewhere around 80 to 85 marks. And good luck, start preparing for the mains examination. And for the others, still good luck to you, and prepare well, read well, revise well, and be focused for next year's attempt. And God bless, take care.
Welcome to Lukman IAS. So I'll be taking a very short discussion regarding the answers that you should have marked from the environment and the ecology section of your prelims examination. तो देखते हैं जल्दी से ये questions क्या थे and also what are their answers. Overall we have 13 questions for discussion. The first question that you can see, that is 59th question. Now this question is with respect to the circular economy. अब circular economy के regarding 3 statements हैं. First assertion और बाकी 2 आपको identify करने हैं कि क्या उसका reason था या नहीं था. Circular economy, here if you go by the concept of recycling, आपको पता है कि सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी में देयर आर 3 R's. रिड्यूस क्या करना है? वेस्ट. रिड्यूस द वेस्ट, रीयूज वेयर एवर पॉसिबल, ठीक है. और कैसे रीयूज करना है? आफ्टर रिसाइकलिंग इट. नाउ यू कैन टेक द एग्जाम्पल, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप बायोप्लास्टिक्स का ही एग्जाम्पल ले लो आज के दौर में, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे अगर देखें यू कैन ईजिली डिराइव द आंसर ऑल्सो दैट यस इट विल हेल्प इन रिड्यूसिंग द एमिशंस ऑफ द ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस, ठीक है. अब देखते हैं कि क्या बाकी तो इसके रीजंस हैं या नहीं. सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी रिड्यूसेस द यूज ऑफ द रॉ मटेरियल एज द इनपुट्स. ठीक है. सेकेंड, if you see here, reducing the waste through the production process. लैंडफिल्स, अगर हम रिसाइकिल नहीं करते वेस्ट जाएगा सारा लैंडफिल्स में, और लैंडफिल्स वी नो दैट देयर आर वेरी बिग सोर्स ऑफ द एमिशंस ऑफ मीथेन एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विच आर ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस. तो डायरेक्टली आप देख सकते हैं कि वेस्ट को रिड्यूस कर सकता है अगर हम लैंडफिल से वो वेस्ट को सॉर्ट करके उसको रिसाइकिल कर सकें, एंड ऑल्सो उससे क्या होगा, रॉ मटेरियल जो हमारा प्राइमरी रॉ मटेरियल होता है दैट कैन बी रिप्लेस्ड with the recycled one, and in that way also it will be helping in reducing the pressure on the carbon sinks. For example, यहाँ पे आप example ले सकते हैं critical minerals का, urban recycling. So directly you can arrive at the answer. दोनों statements आपके ठीक है ये वाले, and they are explaining the answer also. So answer here in question number 59, it will be both the statements 2 and 3 are the correct explanations of one. Answer होगा A आपका. Here your answer will be A. Let's see the next one. Plastic pollution. Expected lines पे ही ये हमारा question भी आया है from the very basics कि प्लास्टिक का यूज़ कहाँ कहाँ पे होता है. Now we have already had lots of lectures delivered on the microplastics also and the detailed क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द प्लास्टिक्स एंड वेयर दे आर यूज्ड. तो वहाँ से ही अगर हम देखें सिंपल डिस्कशन से, सिगरेट के बट्स यानी कि आफ्टर स्मोकिंग द लास्ट पोर्शन ऑफ द सिगरेट विच इज़ लेफ्ट दैट इज़ यूजुअली डिस्पोज्ड. तो वो जो डिस्पोज किया जाता है एक्चुअली दैट इज़ ऑल्सो मेड ऑफ द प्लास्टिक ओनली. ठीक है, तो ये आपका ठीक है. आई ग्लास लेंसेज, इसमें क्या यूज़ होता है, पॉलीकार्बोनेट. ठीक है. देन कार टायर्स, जब आप पढ़ते हो रिगार्डिंग द प्राइमरी एंड द सेकेंडरी माइक्रोप्लास्टिक्स, वहाँ पे आपको बताया जाता है कार टायर्स दे आर वन ऑफ द मेजर कंसर्न्स विद रिगार्ड टू द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द माइक्रोप्लास्टिक्स. क्यों? क्योंकि इसमें यूज़ होता है सिंथेटिक रबर का. द सिंथेटिक वल्कराइज्ड रबर इज यूज्ड, सो दैट कंटेन्स प्लास्टिक. और इसके अलावा अगर आप कार्बन ब्लैक के साथ लिंक करोगे तब भी यू कैन अराइव एट द आंसर. ठीक है. सो इफ वी सी व्हाट इज द आंसर, तीनों में ही प्लास्टिक है. आपका आंसर होगा ऑल थ्री. आंसर इज सी. यहाँ पे आपका आंसर है सी. लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 85. नाउ दिस इज रिगार्डिंग कोल गैसिफिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके हम कौन से बाय प्रोडक्ट्स बना सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो directly you have to link with syngas and its further uses. तो अगर आपको ये याद है syngas, इसकी कंपोजिशन याद रखो, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड, H2, मीथेन, सम ट्रेसेस ऑफ मीथेन एंड CO2. ये कम है, ये थोड़े ज़्यादा है. अब इन दोनों को आप थोड़ा अटेंशन दीजिए. यू कैन अराइव एट द आंसर. इथेनॉल कैन बी मेड अगर फर्मेंटेशन कर दी जाए, इफ थ्रू द फर्मेंटेशन ऑफ the syngas we can manufacture the ethanol also. Nitroglycerin is not possible. ये एक एक्सप्लोजिव है और इसका एक अपना एक अलग प्रोसेस है. ठीक है, जिसमें निट्रिक एसिड के साथ ग्लिसरॉल की रिएक्शन कराई जाती है, देन इट इज़ फॉर्म्ड. इट हैज़ नो रिलेशन विद द कोल गैसिफिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी. यूरिया यस, क्योंकि देखिए हाइड्रोजन दैट यू हैव डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द syngas that can be further combined with the nitrogen after its separation from the air, and thereafter you can process it through the Haber-Bosch process. तो Haber-Bosch process के बाद आप देखोगे आपको मिलेगा अमोनिया, और अमोनिया से you can make यूरिया. ठीक है, तो आपका आंसर आ गया. यानी कि दो आपके बन सकते हैं, फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड. आंसर विल बी ओनली 2. आंसर है आपका बी. यहाँ पे आंसर विल बी बी. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 90. नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 90 इज रिगार्डिंग द यूज ऑफ द एक्टिवेटेड कार्बन. अगर आप बायोचार के बारे में भी आपने पढ़ा है और उसका बेसिक फंडामेंटल दैट वर्क्स ऑन द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ हाउ एक्टिवेटेड कार्बन इज वर्किंग, है ना. तो अगर आपको वो भी याद है बायोचार, क्योंकि हम उसे क्या बोलते थे, बायोलॉजिकली ऑब्टेन्ड coal like substance which is working just like the activated carbon that can help in removing the pollutants from the contaminated sites. ठीक है, तो पहला स्टेटमेंट यही बता रहा है कि एक्टिवेटेड कार्बन को यूज़ कर सकते हैं हम फॉर रिमूविंग द कंटेमिनेंट्स फ्रॉम दोज फ्रॉम वेरियस इंडस्ट्रीज फ्रॉम देयर एफ्लुएंट्स. ठीक है, तो ये तो आपका ठीक है. देखते हैं कि क्या ये रीजंस ठीक है या नहीं. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट सेज दैट it is having a larger surface area and strong potential for absorbing the very heavy metals. ये actually ठीक है. One, because of its porous nature and because of its large surface area. Its effectiveness for absorbing the heavy metals and the other organic pollutants also, that is very effective. ठीक है, काफ़ी ज़्यादा यूज़ होता है, तो ये directly आपका reason in fact सही stated है. नेक्स्ट देखते हैं कि एक्टिवेटेड कार्बन कैन बी इजीली सिंथेसाइज्ड फ्रॉम द एनवायरमेंटल वेस्ट विद द हाई कार्बन कंटेंट. नो डाउट ये आपका प्रोसेस कि ये कैसे बनता है, दैट इज राइटली स्टेटेड. ठीक है, बट दिस प्रोसेस इट डज नॉट डायरेक्टली लिंक विद हाउ इट इज़ वर्किंग एज द रेमिडिएशन, बायोरेमिडिएशन टेक्नोलॉजी. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आपके इस स्टेटमेंट को हम एज रीज़न रूल आउट कर देंगे, बट इंडिविजुअली ये स्टेटमेंट अपने आप में सही है. तो अगर देखा जाए दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट्स आपके ठीक हैं, लेकिन एक ही है जो आपका आंसर एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है. सो व्हाट विल बी योर आंसर? आंसर विल बी बी. यहाँ पे आपका आंसर है बी. नेक्स्ट वन. सो दिस इज रिगार्डिंग सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री. ठीक है, सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री से जो आपके एमिशंस हैं उसके बारे में है. द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट सेज कि कितना एमिशन होता है, तो बोला गया है कि एमिशंस जो हो रही हैं दैट आर मोर देन 5%. ये फैक्चुअली करेक्ट है, और ये काफ़ी बार न्यूज़पेपर में स्टेटेड था दैट कंट्री वाइज इफ़ यू ट्राई टू पुट इट इन द ऑर्डर ऑफ इट्स कार्बन फुटप्रिंट, यू विल फाइंड दैट सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री थर्ड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एमिशंस. ठीक है, और वहीं पे बताया गया था बाय द IEA दैट नियर अबाउट 8%, 7 to 8% ऑफ द ग्लोबल कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एमिशंस, द कार्बन एमिशंस दैट आर कमिंग फ्रॉम योर सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री. 5% से ज़्यादा है, तो यानी कि ये हमारा सही स्टेटमेंट है. सेकेंड वन देखेंगे, सेकेंड एंड थर्ड इसका रीज़न ठीक है या नहीं. सिलिका बेयरिंग क्ले इज मिक्सड विद द लाइमस्टोन while मैन्युफैक्चरिंग द सीमेंट. Limestone is converted into lime during the clinker production for cement manufacturing. अब ये देखिए, ये दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट्स ना एक्चुअली स्टेप वाइज इसका प्रोसेस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बताया, एंड यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई वेदर इन दैट प्रोसेस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, दैट स्टेप वाइज प्रोसेस, द ग्रीन हाउस एमिशंस, द कार्बन फुटप्रिंट इज देयर और नॉट. सेकेंड वाले में कोई भी CO2 एमिशंस नहीं होती है सच डायरेक्टली, बट इसके ये स्टेप 1 था, लेकिन जैसे ही इसको प्रोसेस करते हैं इन द स्टेप 2, the process it's called calcination. Under very higher temperatures it will be carried out. So इस process में जब decomposition होती है limestone की, limestone will undergo decomposition and there it's going to significantly contribute in the emissions of the CO2. ठीक है, तो ये आपका directly explain कर रहा है. ठीक है, so if we see otherwise statement 2 is correct but it is not explaining statement 1. आपका एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है सिर्फ स्टेटमेंट 3, तो आपका आंसर क्या होगा? बोथ आर करेक्ट बट ओनली वन इज एक्सप्लेनिंग द स्टेटमेंट 1. आपका आंसर होगा बी. बी विल बी योर आंसर हियर. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन चलते हैं. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है आपका COP28. उसके एक डिक्लेरेशन से रिलेटेड है, वेदर इंडिया साइंड इट और नॉट एंड व्हाई इट डिड नॉट साइन, उससे रिलेटेड है. लेट्स एनालाइज. ठीक है, COP28 में बोला है कि इंडिया रिफ्रेन फ्रॉम साइनिंग द डिक्लेरेशन ऑन द क्लाइमेट एंड हेल्थ. दिस इज फैक्चुअली करेक्ट, इंडिया डिड नॉट साइन दिस. ठीक है, और इस डिक्लेरेशन में बात करी गई थी दैट फ्रॉम द हेल्थ सेक्टर ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशंस नीड टू बी ब्रॉट डाउन, दे नीड टू बी रिड्यूस्ड और ऑल टुगेदर एलिमिनेटेड. द डीकार्बनाइजेशन प्रोसेस स्पेसिफिकली द कूलिंग सेक्टर, ठीक है, उससे हमें कम करनी है, बट इंडिया हैड इट्स ओन कंसर्न्स. ठीक है, तो क्या कंसर्न्स हैं, ठीक है, वो भी देखते हैं. स्टेटमेंट 2 सेज दैट दिस डिक्लेरेशन इज बाइंडिंग डिक्लेरेशन. देखिए, जब भी वर्ड डिक्लेरेशन आ जाता है या प्रोटोकॉल आता है तो उसका मतलब ही ये होता है दैट इज वॉलंटरी. ठीक है, तो ये डिक्लेरेशन जब वर्ड आ गया, बाइंडिंग तो है ही नहीं. ये स्टेटमेंट कंप्लीटली फैक्चुअली इनकरेक्ट है आपका. ठीक है, कंसेप्चुअली इनकरेक्ट है। स्टेटमेंट 3 देखते हैं, इफ इंडियाज हेल्थ सेक्टर इज डीकार्बनाइज्ड रेजिलियंस ऑफ इट्स हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम में बी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड। अब ये ना थोड़ा सा डाइसी भी है और थोड़ा इंटरप्रिटेशन का यहाँ पे हो सकता है कि आपको वेरिएशन इन द आंसर्स मिल जाए, अगर क्योंकि दो पर्सपेक्टिव से हम इसे एनालाइज कर सकते हैं। एक रेजिलियंस इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकॉनमी हो सकती है, लेकिन डायरेक्टली जैसे मैं इसको रीड कर रही हूँ दैट इज़ विद रिस्पेक्ट टू क्लाइमेट चेंज, कि इंडिया ने, चलिए इस पर्सपेक्टिव से हम डिस्कस करेंगे दैट रेजिलियंस ऑफ द हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द क्लाइमेट चेंज इट विल बी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड इफ इट इज़ डीकार्बनाइजिंग द हेल्थ सेक्टर। अगर इस पर्सपेक्टिव से देखें तो ये तो कम्प्लीटली गलत हो जाएगा, ये हमारा गलत स्टेटमेंट हो जाएगा, है ना। लेकिन अगर इकॉनमी के पर्सपेक्टिव से देते हैं, लॉट्स ऑफ रिसोर्सेज विल बी यूज, लॉट्स ऑफ इनोवेशन इज़ रिक्वायर्ड, ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा अभी हमारा हेल्थ सेक्टर रेडी नहीं है उस तरीके की डीकार्बनाइजेशन के लिए, तो इकोनॉमिक जो हमारे फॉलोआउट्स हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा हो सकते हैं। तो इस पर्सपेक्टिव से हमारा ये स्टेटमेंट सही भी हो सकता है, बट आई वुड से क्योंकि इन्वायरमेंट का पेपर है, इन्वायरमेंट के सेक्शन से है, तो हम इस सेक्शन से इसको एनालाइज करते हैं। सो आई वुड गो बाय दिस कंक्लूजन दैट बोथ ऑफ दिस स्टेटमेंट्स आर इनकरेक्ट, और सिर्फ आपका स्टेटमेंट 1 ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आपका आंसर आएगा नीदर स्टेटमेंट 2 और स्टेटमेंट 3 इज करेक्ट। तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपका आंसर बनता है डी, आपका आंसर बनेगा डी, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट दिस क्वेश्चन, दिस इज रिगार्डिंग कि कैसे क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से जो ग्लेशियर्स मेल्ट हो रहे हैं दे आर हैविंग द इम्पैक्ट ऑन द रोटेशन ऑफ द अर्थ एंड द एक्सिस, ठीक है। सो दिस वाज देयर लॉट इन द न्यूज़ ऑल्सो, वी ऑल्सो रिलीज्ड अ वीडियो ऑन दिस, यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट ऑल्सो। चलिए आंसर देखते हैं। First says that scientific studies suggest there is a shift taking place in the Earth's rotation and axis. ये ठीक है क्योंकि the rate of rotation that is gradually it's decreasing, ठीक है। And why it's decreasing? Actually इसका statement 3 directly इसका answer है that as the Earth's polar ice is melting, the water tends to move towards the equator. और जब वो इक्वेटर की तरफ मूव करता है there is a bulge that will be क्रिएटेड एट द इक्वेटर, और वो जो ऑब्लेट शेप है वो फर्दर मैग्नीफाई हो जाता है, एंड इट इज़ दैट इफेक्ट विच इज़ कॉजिंग दिस चेंज इन द रेट ऑफ रोटेशन ऑल्सो एंड द एक्सिस ऑल्सो। उसका टिल्ट थोड़ा सा चेंज हो रहा है, बट ये बहुत ग्रेजुअली हो रहा है एंड इट विल टेक मिलियंस ऑफ ईयर्स फर्दर ऑल्सो, एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कितना जल्दी ग्लेशियर्स मेल्ट होते हैं हो सकता है इस रेट में हम और ज़्यादा एक्सेलरेशन देख सकते हैं। स्टेटमेंट 2 आपका यहाँ पे इनकरेक्ट है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू, ये रीज़न नहीं है फर्स्ट का, फैक्चुअली आपका ये करेक्ट है दैट यस फैक्चुअली आपका करेक्ट है, लेकिन ये रीज़न नहीं है, ठीक है, कि सोलर फ्लेयर्स की वजह से क्या होता है एंड द सोलर मास इजेक्शंस, द कोरोनल मास इंजेक्शंस, ठीक है। The solar flares and associated coronal mass ejections bombarded the Earth's outermost atmosphere with the tremendous amounts of energy. अब इस energy का you cannot make any direct relation with the melting of the poles and the effect on the rotation. That is why this is incorrect. It is only going to affect the weather, the upper atmospheric weather, ठीक है। तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आपको औरोरा इन सब में आपको डिफरेंसेस मिलेंगे, या फिर इसके अदर इम्प्लीकेशंस हैं अपने जो हम बाद में और ज़्यादा डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, बट हियर नो दैट इट इज़ नॉट हैविंग एनी रिलेशन विद द स्टेटमेंट 1, ठीक है। तो अगर देखा जाए स्टेटमेंट्स तो दोनों ही ठीक हैं, 2 भी और 3 भी, लेकिन सिर्फ थर्ड है जो आपका एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है 1। सो व्हाट विल बी योर आंसर? आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी बी, बोथ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट, ओनली 1 इज एक्सप्लेनिंग स्टेटमेंट 1। आंसर होगा बी आपका, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं। दिस इज रिगार्डिंग आर्टिकल 6 ऑफ द पेरिस अग्रीमेंट। बहुत एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन है, बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछा है। इवन इफ यू हैव द बेसिक आइडिया अबाउट द आर्टिकल्स, द 6.2, 6.4 एंड 6.8, ठीक है, आपको इजीली इसका आंसर मिल जाता। तीनों स्टेटमेंट सही गिवन है। आर्टिकल 6 ऑफ द पेरिस अग्रीमेंट इज फ्रीक्वेंटली डिस्कस्ड इन द ग्लोबल डिस्कशंस ऑन द सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज। ये तो बहुत ही सिंपल है, ठीक है। स्टेटमेंट 2 सेज दैट आर्टिकल 6 sets out the principles of the carbon market. Yes, this was very much in the news because क्लीन डेवलपमेंट मैकेनिज्म के बाद अगर हमें ग्लोबल कार्बन मार्केट की ज़रूरत थी तो दोज डिस्कशंस वर कैरिड आउट अंडर द प्रिंसिपल्स विच वर सेट अंडर आर्टिकल 6. ठीक है, तो ये भी आपका ठीक है. स्टेटमेंट 3 सेज दैट आर्टिकल 6 इंटेंड्स टू प्रमोट इंटर कंट्री नॉन मार्केट स्ट्रैटेजीज. तो ये आपका कौन सा प्रोविजन है? इट टॉक्स अबाउट नॉन मार्केट 6.8 में बात की गई है. ठीक है, एक्सक्लूसिवली. तो यहाँ से डायरेक्टली वी अराइव एट द आंसर कि ये ठीक है, और यही दो कारण हैं जिसकी वजह से इट वॉज देयर इन द न्यूज़ ऑल्सो. टू फाइनलाइज दोज रूल्स, टू आयरन आउट द डिफरेंसेस with regard to the principles that should be guiding the global carbon market as replacement of the CDM, article 6 was there in the news, and all these articles we have also taught in our classes. ठीक है, तो आपका आंसर है दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट्स ठीक है, and they are explaining statement 1. आंसर will be A. आंसर है आपका A. नेक्स्ट वन. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज थोड़ा सा अनएक्सपेक्टेड था, हो सकता आपने भी ये अटेम्प्ट किया नहीं होगा. ठीक है, तो ये पूछा है कि इनिशिएटिव के बारे में, नेचर सॉल्यूशंस फाइनेंस हब फॉर द एशिया एंड पैसिफिक. ठीक है, तो ये आपका इनिशिएटिव जो है दिस इज लॉन्च्ड बाय द ADB एंड दिस वाज आल्सो देयर इन न्यूज़. यू कैन सी दिस कट आउट हियर. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वन 96 देखते हैं. डायरेक्ट एयर कैप्चर. डायरेक्ट एयर कैप्चर अगर आप प्रोसेस समझते हैं और उसकी यूटिलिटी फर्दर समझते हैं, इफ़ यू हैव स्टडीड थरोली अबाउट ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन, ग्रीन मिथेनॉल, ठीक है, और इन सबको आपने अच्छे से फॉलो करा है, ठीक है, उसके लिंकेजेस को समझा है एंड हाउ फर्दर दे आर हेल्पिंग इन डीकार्बनाइजेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रीज. ये बहुत ही ईजी टॉपिक था आपके लिए. ठीक है, देखते हैं. एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. डायरेक्ट एयर कैप्चर कैन बी यूज्ड एज अ वे ऑफ द कार्बन सीक्वेस्ट्रेशन. वेरी मच एविडेंट, सही है. इट कैन बी a valuable approach for the plastic production and in the food processing. ये ठीक है, because the captured carbon, the carbon dioxide which is captured through the direct air capture process, उसको कैप्चर करने के बाद दो ऑप्शंस होते हैं. या तो आप उसको अंडरग्राउंड इंजेक्ट कर दीजिए जियोलॉजिकल फॉर्मेशंस में. ठीक है, सेकेंड ऑप्शन है कि आप उसको कुछ यूजेबल लो कार्बन प्रोडक्ट्स उसके लिए आप इसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं सिंथेसिस में. सो दिस captured carbon, it can serve as a feedstock in making the plastics also, the polymers. ठीक है, जैसे कार्बन फाइबर्स बन सकते हैं इससे. ठीक है, और इसके अलावा आपके कार्बोनेटेड बेवरेजेस भी बन सकते हैं. ठीक है, सो यहाँ से डिराइव होता है कि ये आपका ठीक है, सेकेंड वन. थर्ड, इन एविएशन it can be a source of carbon for combining with the hydrogen to create the synthetic low carbon fuel. ये भी ठीक है. अगर आपको green methanol का concept अगर आपको समझ आया था, how it is helping in the decarbonization of the marine sector. In the similar way, there are also ways which are possible that this captured carbon, it can be processed along with the hydrogen and that can be further used in making the sustainable aviation fuel. ठीक है, तो ये आपका ठीक है. तीनों ही आपके स्टेटमेंट्स ठीक हैं. ठीक है, आंसर होगा सी. हियर योर आंसर विल बी सी. नेक्स्ट, स्पीशीज रिलीफ भी है कि सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन आया है. ऑल्दो ये क्वेश्चन आई एम अज्यूमिंग कि आपके लिए भी बाउंसर क्वेश्चन होगा. शायद ही आपने इसके ऐसे स्पीशीज़ के बारे में पढ़ा होगा. एक हाईलाइट देती हूँ. ये स्पीशीज़ जो है आपका ईस्टर्न घाट्स का एंडेमिक स्पीशीज़ है. तो आजकल जब डिबेट चल रही है दैट ईस्टर्न घाट्स ऑल्सो शुड बी रिकग्नाइज्ड एज द क्रूशियल बायोडाइवर्सिटी हॉटस्पॉट ऑफ इंडिया, उसी के रिगार्डिंग कुछ स्पीशीज़ हमारे न्यूज़ में रहते हैं. तो उसके बेसिस पे ये अनएक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन था. ठीक है, ज़्यादातर हम वेस्टर्न घाट्स ये सब पढ़ते हैं. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. दिस इज रिगार्डिंग द पिकॉक टेरेंथुला, द गूटी टेरेंथुला. ठीक है, ऑमनीवोरस क्रस्टेशियन है. ना तो ये ऑमनीवोरस है ना ही क्रस्टेशियन है. एक्चुअली ये जो टेरेंथुला है दिस इज अ स्पाइडर. ये एक स्पाइडर है. ठीक है, एरिकनेले. ठीक है, इस फैमिली का है. सो इफ यू सी, फर्स्ट इज इनकरेक्ट. सेकंड, नेचुरल हैबिटेट ओनली लिमिटेड टू सम ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट एरियाज. ये आपका ठीक है. इसका जो नेचुरल हैबिटेट है वो कुछ ही फॉरेस्ट एरियाज़ में, और वो फॉरेस्ट एरियाज़ आपके कहाँ पर हैं? वो हैं आपके ईस्टर्न घाट, स्पेसिफिकली आंध्र प्रदेश. In the forests of the Andhra Pradesh you will find this. ठीक है, in its natural habitat it is an arboreal species. ये आपका incorrect है. ठीक है, तो तो यहाँ पे अगर आपका आंसर देखा जाए तो एक आपका आंसर बनता है सी, योर आंसर विल बी सी, 2 ओनली, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट 98th क्वेश्चन देखते हैं विद रिगार्ड टू द कार्बन फुटप्रिंट ऑफ इंडिया, बहुत ही फैक्चुअल था। चलिए देखते हैं। द CO2 emissions in India are less than 0.5 tons of CO2 per capita। ये आपका इनकरेक्ट दिया हुआ है। इनफैक्ट दे आर नॉट लेस, ज़्यादा ही हैं, मोर देन 0.5। इनफैक्ट इसकी जो वैल्यू है दैट इज़ अप्रॉक्सीमेटली नियर अराउंड 2 tons of the CO2 per capita, ठीक है। तो ये आपका इनकरेक्ट है फैक्चुअली। इन टर्म्स ऑफ द CO2 emissions फ्रॉम द फ्यूल कंबशन, इंडिया रैंक सेकंड इन द एशिया पैसिफिक। ये आपका ठीक है क्योंकि एशिया पैसिफिक में हमसे भी ज़्यादा बड़ा पोल्यूटर है एंड दैट इज़ योर चाइना। इंडिया इज़ द सेकंड लार्जेस्ट पोल्यूटर, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे हमारा आंसर हो जाएगा सेकेंड वाला स्टेटमेंट ठीक है। इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड हीट प्रोड्यूसर्स आर द लार्जेस्ट सोर्सेज ऑफ द CO2 emissions इन इंडिया, यानी कि पावर सेक्टर, थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स। अगर आपको थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स वाला कंसेप्ट याद है, द एनर्जी सेक्टर, डेफिनेटली दैट इज़ द लार्जेस्ट सोर्स ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रियल एमिशंस, ठीक है। तो ये आपका ठीक है, ये दोनों ठीक हैं। सेकेंड एंड थर्ड, फर्स्ट इज इनकरेक्ट, आपका आंसर है सी। सेकेंड एंड थर्ड आर करेक्ट, आंसर है सी आपका। नेक्स्ट वन, लेट्स सी। ये बहुत ही आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन है, जनरली हम प्रिपेयर नहीं करते। फ्रॉम द वेरी फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ द बायोलॉजी दे हैव आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। तो हो सकता है आपने अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया एंड दैट वाज द राइट थिंग टू डू ऑल्सो। प्लांट एंड इट्स डिस्क्रिप्शन, कसावा वुडी श्रब, ये ठीक है आपका। जिंजर हर्ब विद द स्यूडोस्टेम, ये भी ठीक है। मालाबार स्पिनच, हर्बेशियस क्लाइंबर, दिस इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट। मिंट एनुअल श्रब, ये बिल्कुल गलत है आपका। ना तो ये एनुअल है, इसका लाइफ जो होता है मिंट का दैट इज़ मोर देन और इक्वल्स टू 2 years, 2 साल या उससे ज़्यादा इसकी लाइफ होती है। श्रब नहीं है, हर्ब है, इसलिए ये आपका इनकरेक्ट मैच है। पपाया द वुडी श्रब, वुडी तो है ही नहीं, इसका जो ट्रंक है दैट्स इट्स नेचर इज नॉन वुडी, तो ये भी आपका इनकरेक्ट हो गया। यानी कि फोर्थ और फिफ्थ पेयर आपका इनकरेक्ट है। कितने पेयर्स ठीक हैं? सिर्फ 3 पेयर्स ठीक हैं। आंसर होगा आपका बी, योर आंसर विल बी बी। ओके, नेक्स्ट वन, द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, बहुत ही फंडामेंटल्स, ये आपको बहुत बार क्लास में पढ़ाया जाता है। सिंपल सिंपल चीज़ों पे भी ध्यान दीजिए, ठीक है। देखते हैं। द रेन फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस मोर ऑक्सीजन दैन दैट प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द ओशंस, ये बिल्कुल गलत है। इनफैक्ट ओशंस में जो आपके फाइटोप्लैंक्टन्स होते हैं ना, द फाइटोप्लैंक्टन्स एंड द सियानोबैक्टीरिया, they are responsible for producing more than 50% of the total oxygen that is there, ठीक है। तो ये आपका इनकरेक्ट है। रेन फॉरेस्ट से ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस करते हैं ओशंस, ठीक है। मरीन फाइटोप्लैंक्टन एंड द फोटोसिंथेटिक बैक्टीरिया, यानी कि सियानोबैक्टीरिया की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे, द ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गे, दे आर प्रोड्यूसिंग अबाउट 50% ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स ऑक्सीजन, ये आपका ठीक है, ठीक है। वेल ऑक्सीजनेटेड सरफेस वाटर कंटेन्स सेवरल फोल्ड्स हायर ऑक्सीजन दैन दैट इन द एटमॉस्फेरिक एयर। यहाँ पे आप थोड़ा सा पॉज करके ज्योग्राफी का कंसेप्ट याद करते कि एटमॉस्फेयर में हमारी concentration of ऑक्सीजन कितनी पढ़ते हैं हम, दैट इज क्लोज टू 21%। नाउ यू कैन सिंपली इमेजिन कि क्या एटमॉस्फेयर में 21% जहाँ ऑक्सीजन है उसके कंपैरिजन में द इवन इफ ऑक्सीजन द सरफेस वाटर्स दे आर वेल ऑक्सीजनेटेड ऑल्सो, इवन इन दैट केस दे आर बाउंड टू हैव द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन not higher, rather it will have much less concentration of the oxygen in dissolved form as compared to that in the atmospheric air। तो ये आपका इनकरेक्ट है, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ आपका सेकंड स्टेटमेंट ठीक है, आंसर होगा आपका बी, योर आंसर इज बी हियर। तो ये सारे क्वेश्चंस आपके एनवायरनमेंट से आए थे। यस, ओवरऑल एनालिसिस अगर मैं दूँ तो ज़्यादातर आपके क्वेश्चंस जो हैं एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड हैं, करंट अफेयर्स ड्रिवन थे, स्टैटिक से नहीं आया है, करंट अफेयर्स ड्रिवन क्वेश्चंस आर देयर, ठीक है। और एनवायरमेंटल साइंस, इससे आपके काफ़ी ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस आए हैं। पोल्यूशन, क्लाइमेट चेंज, स्पेशली द डीकार्बनाइजेशन सॉल्यूशंस, ऑल ऑफ दीज वर द प्राइमरी फोकस एरियाज, ठीक है। सो आई होप आपने अच्छा किया है. ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू. जो लोग मेंस के लिए तैयारी करने जा रहे हैं और जो नहीं कर पाए, स्टिल डू नॉट लूज़ योर हार्ट. यू स्टिल हैव योर नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट और आप देखिए कि आप और बेहतर कैसे कर सकते हैं. इफ़ यू नीड एनी काइंड ऑफ हेल्प फ्रॉम लुकमान IAS, वी आर ऑलवेज देयर फॉर यू. थैंक यू सो मच.
Hello students, this is Priya and we are going to discuss this time history question from UPSC section. Total 15 question came from this year. Majorly 8 were from modern, 6 were from ancient and 1 from medieval, and which were also from the previous year question only. So this time history section was quite doable in nature. So we will see the question from starting. First question regarding Gandhian movement, right? 2 questions were majorly from Gandhian section, and this particular question had been taken from a famous statement given by Gandhiji. So see the first statement: citizen had become my religion. If you see the term citizen and the options given here, you will clearly understand that this is kind of indicating towards this violation of law, which was kind of defying the British law during the period. And so answer here will be B clearly, which and from this particular statement, Gandhiji was trying to state that he was not defying the laws only just in a political sense of act, but from his moral cognition as well. So yes, he has said this statement that citizen has become my religion in the context of violating salt law at Dandi. Okay? So answer B here will be the correct option. Next question. This is regarding Indus Valley civilization, and very easy question directly from your textbook NCERT. Okay? And we'll see the famous dancing girl that is from the site of Mohenjo-daro has been made of bronze from lost wax casting technique. Okay? So here this answer C is the correct option here. This is also a very easy question. We'll go to the next question now. This is regarding Chauri Chaura incident. Okay? Total 3 questions have been asked from non-cooperation movement only, and one of them is this Chauri Chaura incident, and which question is regarding that who provided legal defense to the people arrested in the aftermath of Chauri Chaura incident. If you see the options, particularly this Saifuddin Kichlu and this M.A. Jinnah, you will remember from your textbook that they had kind of given up their practice during non-cooperation movement, so they can't be the answer. So easily we can get to the answer, which is C.R. Das. Okay? So this is also an easy question. Next question. This is regarding Gandhiji's action of including the upliftment of Harijan in his political and social program for the very first time. What happened that after Pune Pact, which was a major event for the depressed class section, Gandhiji kind of established this Harijan Sevak Sangh, okay? Which was a major step for the Harijan class, okay? And after this particular organization and the newspaper Harijan as well, this become the action of Gandhiji to include in his political and social program upliftment of Harijan. So here A is the correct answer. Okay? This is also from your standard book only. Okay? Next question. Very easy question and previously asked in UPSC examination also. That this shows that UPSC repeats itself. Previous question is repeated often. Okay? So we'll see the statement. Founder of self-respect movement. Very easy, Periyar. Okay? This particular movement was very much associated with South India, okay? Tamil region particularly, and which was against the Brahminical domination of the and against the Hindu traditional structure of the society during the period. Okay? So this becomes A is the correct answer and very easy question. Okay? Next question. Again, next question is from socio-religious movement only. After self-respect, we will see the Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who was known as the father of modern India and Indian Renaissance also, right? So we will see the statement. Both the statements are actually very easy in nature. and if you see, he possessed great love for respect for the traditional philosophical system of the East. Yes, this is a correct statement. He kind of tried to bridge the gap between traditional East and modern West. Okay, so yes, this is a correct statement. Very easy. He desired his countrymen to accept the rational and scientific approach and principle of human dignity and social equality of all men and women. Very easy question, right? So here both the statement 1 and 2 is correct. So C is the answer. Okay. Next question, 72. This is regarding non-cooperation movement. Total 3 questions have been asked around this particular movement. So non-cooperation movement, say regarding, we will see this question. This is regarding the program associated with non-cooperation movement. So if we see the option, first boycott of lockout and foreign clothes. Okay, correct. And if this becomes correct, this is also a related thing, that if they have boycotted this lockout, they will go through this panchayat for the settling of disputes. So yes, both the statement becomes correct in this sense. And if you see this, a strict observance of non-violence also becomes a correct option, because if you see the Chauri Chaura incident, because of which non-violence, violent activity, the NCM was dropped, right? So this also becomes a correct option. But if you see this term retention, not actually it was renunciation, not retention. Okay? They were completely let go of their titles and honors. So yes, this becomes a incorrect option here. C becomes the correct option. Only 3 is the right. Okay? Next question. This is also very easy and previously asked in UPSC previous year questions as well. Agrahatta. Okay? If you see the terms, all are related to this irrigation system, because this is a irrigation device, but this is related to this wheel, large wheel with earthen pots. Okay? So B is the correct answer here. And if you have read your previous year question, you can easily solve this question as well. See the next question. This is regarding personality based question of ancient history. Okay? Who among the following rulers in ancient India had assumed this title of Matta Vilasa, Vichitra Chitta and Guna Bhagra? What is this Vichitra Chitta? Which means he was kind of leader who used to have this innovative ideas. Okay? And Guna Bhagra is full of virtue, right? Who among the following was related to this particular title? Very easy. Mahendra Varman. 1. Okay? Also, if you have attempted our Pansutra test, you will go through it and you will find that the same question has been asked in the Pansutra also. Okay? So you can easily eliminate. Also, this question is directly from your textbook also. So you can easily eliminate this question and get the answer. So A is the answer here. So we will move to the next question. Okay? Fahian. Also very easy question directly from the NCERT. Okay? Fahian visited India during the reign of which of the following ruler? He visited India during the period of early 5th century, right? And who was the ruler during the period? Chandragupta too. Okay? So easy question. B is the answer. Okay? Next question. This is regarding also regarding personality based question, and also this question also has been asked in Pansutra test. So if you have gone through the test, you will be easily solve this question. So if you see the statement, this question was actually asked in the regard of, because Port Blair has been renamed as this Sri Vijayapuram, and very famous Chola ruler, which is Rajendra I, was associated with this expedition, or you can say naval expedition, okay, which led to this Southeast India country, which were known as Sri Vijayapuram during the period. So yes, answer here will be C. Okay? Next question. 77. Okay? This very famous Janpadas, Mahajanpadas. Okay? And often UPSC has a tendency to ask about the famous sites of the period. Okay? So this time they have asked this sites related to the river rather than region. Okay? So also but this is very doable in nature, because if you see the region and you try to match through the river, you can easily eliminate the option and get to the answer. Okay? If you see the first option, Asmaka, which is related to this Maharashtra region. Okay? So obviously this Godavari becomes the correct option here. Okay? Kamboja is related to Afghanistan. Okay? So and Bipas, which is known as Bees River, cannot be the answer. So this becomes an incorrect match. Avanti related to MP region, but here see the river which is related to Odisha region, ठीक है, Mahanadi. So this also becomes an incorrect option. Kosala, Saryu is the correct option. So here only 2 will be the answer. So B is the answer here, ठीक है. Next question. This is little offbeat question which was kind of miscellaneous in nature, and if you know only the fact you can attempt this, and if you don't know the fact please avoid to attempt such question, ठीक है. If you see the question, this was regarding Gandharv Mahavidyalaya, first Gandharv Mahavidyalaya, which is a music training school, was established by Vishnu Digambar, ठीक है, was established in Lahore, ठीक है. It kind of popularized this Hindustani music, ठीक है. And later after independence, its headquarters shifted to Mumbai, ठीक है. But here answer will be D because it was established in Lahore only. So answer is D. Next question. 79. Asokan inscription had mentioned all these terms, which is Pradesika, Rajuka and Yukta. All are related to this Mauryan administration, right? And if you see the option, it can be confusing that it can be asked between district level and provincial, but they all were related to district level. There were 4 provinces and during Maurya period, and under which this district were divided, and all the districts were headed by this Pradesika, Rajuka and Yukta. Pradesika was kind of head of the district, ठीक है, and Rajuka was kind of revenue, related to revenue system, and Yukta was related to accountant, ठीक है. So this becomes here B is the answer. So it can be little confusing between B and C, but here B is the answer, ठीक है. Next question is again regarding non-corporation movement, ठीक है, and this time it is related to objective of the movement, ठीक है. So we'll see the first statement. The Congress declared the assignment or attainment of Swaraj by legitimate and peaceful means to be its objective. Yes, this is a very correct option, that they had this objective for the first time of getting Swaraj, ठीक है, through peaceful means, ठीक है. Not it was not related to the constitutional thing, and first time they have talked about this Swaraj movement, ठीक है, and it was very much associated with this Kolkata session, right? So first becomes the correct option. See the next statement. It was to be implemented in stages with civil disobedience and non-payment of taxes for the next stage. Next stage. This part of the statement is correct because it is related to the program of NCM, ठीक है, non-corporation movement. But if you see the next part of the statement, only if Swaraj did not come within a year. If you have read the spectrum or basic standard textbook of the your history, then you will get to know that Gandhiji has said that through this program, through all the programs that they had mentioned in the Calcutta session 1920, that they will achieve Swaraj within a year. So it was not mentioned that after they will achieve the, after they will go through this all and they won't achieve the method and they will go to Swaraj again, right? So Swaraj was bound to achieve within 1 year, and the stages of movement, non-corporation movement, was first through this boycott of offices, and then through this civil disobedience and non-payment of taxes. It was in the next stage, but this part of the statement becomes incorrect. So this statement becomes incorrect, and one only is the only correct option here. So if you see all the questions, you will must have found that most of the question was one-liner in nature and easily doable. So it was very easy to moderate question this time of history section. So yeah, I hope you have all attempted all the questions. All the best. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IAS. Now we are going to discuss the set D of the Science and Technology section from the UPSC Prelims 2025 question paper. Okay, we understand that all of you have appeared in the UPSC Prelims exam, and also those who have not appeared, right, they can basically see the analysis and they can get a sense how the UPSC question papers are framed, all right. So for our understanding, we are going to look into the set D of the question paper. So let us now look at the first question, and this question is from rare earth elements. They have given two statements. First statement says, some rare earth elements are used in the manufacture of flat television screens and computer monitors. Second statement, some rare earth elements have phosphorescent properties. Okay. So now we need to identify whether both these statements are correct or not, whether the whether the first statement explains the second statement or not, like that, okay? So that way we need to understand, see, both these statements are independently correct, and the second statement, right, statement 2 explains the first statement, okay? So it says some rare earth elements have phosphorescent properties. Phosphorescent properties means they are able to absorb electromagnetic waves, and at the same time they are able to emit the electromagnetic waves at a later point of time also, okay, which is generally used, okay? So both these statements are right, and second statement explains the first statement, okay, and statement 2 explains the first statement. So correct answer is option A. Now with this, let us quickly move to the next question. So this question is based on Indian Railways, but the hint, I mean, like, this question is heavily dependent on science and technology. So it says Indian Railways have prepared a national rail plan to create a future ready railway system by 2028. In this particular statement, basically this year is wrong. This year should have been 2030. So first statement is wrong. Second statement says Kavach is an automatic train protection system developed in collaboration with Germany. This statement is also wrong because Kavach is an indigenous technology, okay? So Kavach is an indigenous technology. Third statement, it says Kavach system consists of RFID track in station tags fitted on section. This statement is right, okay? Kind of. First two statements are not correct. So in this question they are asking, like, which of the given above statements are not correct. So we need to identify the not correct statement. So statement 1 and 2 are not correct. Now with this we will move to the next question, okay? This question is related to space missions. So it says consider the following space mission. They have given three space missions. One of them is Axiom 4, then we have Spardax mission, and finally we have Gaganyaan mission, okay? So Axiom 4 basically, like, it is going to be launched by a private space agency, the Axiom Aerospace. So basically, like, they promote space tourism also, and also they will work on microgravity related thing. They are going to do research on microgravity. When we talk about Spardax mission, recently India has tested the Spardax mission. So it is, Spardax means space docking experiment. We have conducted that experiment and it has been successful, and it is going to pave the way for future missions like, Gaganyaan mission, which is a human space flight mission. Apart from this, India has also planned to launch its own Indian space station in line with the International Space Station, okay? In line means like similar to International Space Station. So this Spardax mission inspires, this actually encourages and supports the microgravity experiments. Although in this mission itself, no microgravity experiment will be done, but like it is going to inspire or support the upcoming missions. It encourages the upcoming mission. And Gaganyaan is human spaceflight mission from India, okay? All the three statements are right, okay? So here they are asking how many of the space missions given above encourage and support gravity research, okay? All of them do it. So correct answer would be option C. Now let us look at another question. So this question is related to defense sector. So it says with reference to India's defense, consider the following statements. They have given three statements. Okay, so one, it says Dornier 228. It is a maritime patrol aircraft. This statement is right. IL-76, it says it is a supersonic combat aircraft. This statement is wrong because it is a kind of airlift helicopter. Okay, it is used for airlift purposes. Then C-17 Globemaster 3, it is a military transport aircraft. So first and third are right, and now they are asking how many of the pairs given above are correctly matched. How many of them? 1 and 3 means like only 2 pairs. Correct answer is option B. Now let us look at another question. This question is related to artificial rain. Okay, it says artificial way of causing rainfall. Okay, to reduce air pollution makes use of. What is used in artificial rain? Okay, so in artificial rain we use silver iodide and potassium iodide. Okay, silver iodide and potassium iodide. So artificial rain is also known as cloud seeding. Okay, it is known as cloud seeding. So correct answer is option A in this case. Now let us move to the next question, question number 81. Consider the following types of vehicles. They have given various types of vehicles. Fuel battery electric vehicles, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, fuel cell electric hybrid vehicles. Okay. How many of the above are considered as alternative powertrain vehicles? Okay. So before we answer this question, you need to understand what is alternative powertrain vehicle. These are those vehicles that will run, okay, let's say it will have some alternative kind of, running technology apart from the internal combustion engine. Like these vehicles can also be operated using motors like that. So all these are examples of alternative powertrain vehicles. Like, full battery electric vehicles are considered to be alternative powertrain vehicle. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicle are also considered to be part of it. Fuel cell electric hybrid vehicle is also considered to be part of it. So correct answer is option C. Okay, option C. Now let us move to the next question. This is question number 82. Okay. So now this question says, with reference to unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV. Okay, we have discussed about this thing in the classroom in the past. Consider the following statements. They have given 3 statements related to UAV. All types of UAVs can do vertical landing. This statement is wrong. It is very extreme statement. I mean, like it says all type of aerial vehicle can do vertical landing. This is not possible. Some aerial vehicle may also need a runway. Initially it will run on the runway, then it's going to take off like that. Okay. So first statement is wrong. Second, all types of UAVs can do automated hovering. This statement is also wrong, because let's say, like, all such extreme statements are generally wrong. All type of UAVs can use battery only as a source of power supply. Okay, only as a source of power. This statement is also wrong. Okay, so kind of all the 3 statements are wrong. Now they are saying how many of the given above statements are correct? None. Okay, answer is option D in this case. Now let us move to the next question, which is question number 83 in our case. In the context of electric vehicle batteries, consider the following elements. Okay, cobalt, graphite, lithium, nickel. How many of the above are usually make up? Battery cathodes? So now they are saying, like, in batteries, which of these elements are used as cathodes? Okay, so cobalt is used as a cathode, lithium is used as a cathode, nickel is used as a cathode, but graphite is used as an anode. Okay, it is used as anode. Anode means the positive terminal of the battery, kind of. Okay, so correct answer is means only 3. Only 3 of them are basically cathodes. Otherwise, one of them is anode. Now, this is what is the common characteristic of chemical substance generally known as Cl20, HMX, LLM105, which are talked about in the media. Okay, so now when we talk about this particular thing, right, question number 86, basically in this question they have talked about HMX, which is high melting explosive. Okay, high melting explosive. Basically, like, these are explosives in military weapons. Okay, all of these are explosives in military weapons. So it is a question from defense technology. Now we will move to the next question. It says, consider the following statements. They have given 3 statements. So in this question they have asked about a recent chip which is known as Majorana chip. This chip has been launched by Microsoft few months back. Okay, so it says it is expected that Majorana 1 chip will enable quantum computing. This statement is right, because let's say, like, this particular chip uses topological core architecture, and Majorana 1 chip has been introduced by Amazon Web Services. This statement is wrong. It has been introduced by Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft has introduced this. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. This statement is also right. So correct answer is 1 and 3 only, which is, let's say, option C. Option C is the right answer. It was recently in news. Basically, this question is about quantum computing also. It's about artificial intelligence also. Same question they have asked, both the things. Okay. Now we have another question. It says, with reference to monoclonal antibodies, often mentioned in the news, consider the following statements. Basically, monoclonal antibodies are produced in the laboratory, okay, using hybridoma technology. Okay, so, like, They are man-made proteins. This statement is right. They stimulate immunological function due to their ability to bind to specific antigens. This statement is also right. They are used in treating viral infections like that of Nipah virus. This statement is also right. Correct answer is option D, which is 1, 2 and 3. All the three statements are right related to monoclonal antibodies. Now we have another question. This question is about, let's say, virus. It says no virus can survive in ocean waters. This is again a very, let's say, like, extreme statement. This statement is wrong because, let's say, it is known that many viruses live in the ocean waters. No virus can infect bacteria. This statement is also wrong because, let's say, there are some viruses, these are known as bacteriophages. Basically, they infect bacteria also. No virus can damage the cellular transcriptional activity in host cell. This is also wrong, okay? All such extreme statements are generally wrong, okay? So, kind of, how many of the given above statements are correct? None of them are correct. So, correct answer is option D, okay? So, these were the questions from science and technology. As we have seen, the questions are well mixed from various areas. Like there are questions from artificial intelligence, from biology and biotechnology. Questions are from space science and technology, defense technology. I mean, like they have asked questions from all those areas, and questions are pretty doable. I mean, like, the difficulty level of the questions were of moderate standard. I mean, like it was not, the paper is not very easy and it's not very tough also. Someone who has been reading, they will be able to answer these questions regularly, all right? So that will be all from my side. I wish all the best to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video.